Okay, so if you're watching this, you are one of my awesome Coast to Coast facials, and I am so thankful for you. I really appreciate you giving me the time to just pamper you from far away. So the only thing that you're missing out on by not being with me in person is usually by now I would have given you an exciting compliment about yourself, something that's fun and true about you. So sorry, you're just gonna have to think of something that's awesome about yourself and think it to yourself right now. So I hope that this finds you at your bathroom sink. If not, then make your way over there. You'll want a warm cloth to wash your face with, so get some warm water going. So we're just gonna dive into this. My goal is to have you guys do 3 things today. So the first goal is that you feel absolutely fantastic about yourself and that you just love your skin. And if you don't love your skin, that you find a way to love your skin. And so we'll talk about how you can do that. My second goal is that you learn something. So I really want to teach skincare. I realize that not a lot of women know everything that they should about skincare, and so that's really important that you know something. So I'm going to talk about the hows and whys of how our skin works, and that way you actually know what you're putting on your face whenever you're putting stuff on your face. So my third goal is that you understand the importance of sets, because somewhere in our culture we decided that it's okay to just pick and choose little pieces. I've done it before. I know that all of us have. But the reason we do that is because we think it'll just meet our needs if we do that, and that's all we need. But what I realized through using a set myself is that whenever we take the whole set in its entirety, then what we're able to do is not only meet our specific needs, but also prevent other things from happening, which is really important. And so my goal is for you to understand the importance of a set, and not just to pick and choose things that are, you know, what you think you need, but an entire set so that your skin can be so healthy and radiant. So what you've got in front of you is a beauty book. Yours has little samples and notes in it from me. I have a blank one here. So you should see 2 different samples on this page, and you should see a couple samples on this page, one on here, one on here. So those are what we're going to be going through today. But before we do that, if you'll go to page 4 or 5, it might be 6 depending on which version of the beauty book you have. But you'll see the company has written out a few different things about how your skin works, and so that's super fun to read by itself. That gives you an idea of where you're at in that. But what I want to focus on is the notes that I wrote to you on this. So in your 20s, you'll notice, because all the notes that I wrote are, they're actually kind of false in a way, but I've done about probably over 1,000 faces in my career over the last few years, and so I've sat in front of so many different ages of women, and these are the collection of quotes that I've heard, like a generalization of quotes on each age group that I wrote in your book. So in your 20s, that's where I wrote, this is the age where people say, I look so good, I don't need anything to take care of my skin. And I hear that so often because I sit in front of a lot of young women. And I will tell you, yes, it's true that you look fantastic, but the false part of that is that you do need to take care of your skin. So in your 30s, that's where I wrote that women, I'll often hear them say, I am starting to wrinkle. Oh my gosh, it's true, I can wrinkle. And that is of course true, but really, and that's where they kind of are like, all right, I guess I should start taking care of this. And that's false, because obviously, like I just said, you should have been taking care of your skin a long time ago. And so you can actually prevent those wrinkles from happening, the ones that pop up when we're about 30. Usually they get them around their eyes first, but every woman is different. In your 40s, that's where you're like, oh my gosh, I have to take care of this, I can't stand it anymore. And again, that should have been started a long time ago. And in your 40s, if that's the first time you're thinking about real skincare, then it's probably too late for preventative measures. It's probably good to start thinking about corrective measures. And we actually have a set that's great for that called our repair set. But that's also what I would recommend for anybody in their 50s. The 50s is where I hear people say, oh, it's too late for me, I can't, there's nothing that can be done. And that's just not true. I have a customer in that age range who she really was considering a facelift, and instead she got the repair set, which you can see more about the repair set on page 8 and 9. This is the repair set here. But she actually got the repair set instead of getting a facelift, and she got exactly what she was looking for. Just to start off telling you a little bit about how our skin works. So whenever we're babies, whenever we're first born, I actually have 2 babies. I have a 1-year-old and a 2-month-old, so I get to see a lot of baby skin. So whenever we're babies, we're always making new layers of skin, like always, always, always. And so whenever we hit age 15, that's actually where that collagen production peaks. And so from then on, that's where that starts. So after that, it's like downhill. So you're over the hill if you're over 15. But I really believe that that's where you should start taking care of your skin, is whenever we hit about 15. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to use anti-aging right away. We also have a great little set called Botanicals, and that's great for 15-year-olds who, 15 through 18, who really aren't concerned about aging yet, but want to take care of their skin. That's really what I would recommend for them. So, or if you have super sensitive skin and anything that you use gives you a reaction, I would definitely recommend that. We also have our clear proof set here. So those are all the sets, but the one that I want to tell you about today, and the one that you actually are going to try, is called our Miracle Set. So turn to page 6 or 7. This one was different for different people. But you'll see this full set right here, and you can read all these benefits, but the 5 benefits that I want to talk about, the first 5 here, are the most important to taking care of your skin. So you can omit all these other 6 if you really just didn't care about them, but these 5 are so, so, so important. And so the Miracle Set that we're going to try actually covers 11 of them, but it starts with these first 5. And so cleanse, exfoliate, freshen, hydrate, and protect. Those are the most important things that you need to be doing for your skin every single day, day and night. So if you're like me with 2 busy little babies and you do not have time for that, that's okay, because Mary Kay made it really easy and they simplified it. So the very first step, you're gonna take out your cleanser sample. So you'll take it out of your book. You can pause this at any time if you need to. Take the cleanser sample, open it up, get some on your fingertips, splash your face with water if you need to, but in upward, outward motions. I want you to put that all over your face, and you're gonna feel some little beads. You'll either have a creamy cleanser or a clear gel cleanser. And so the gel cleanser will start to suds up. The creamy cleanser doesn't suds up, but it will clean what you need. So, so make sure you put that all over your face, and then wash it off whenever you're done. And I'll give you a second to pause if you need to. This is the cleanser, the full size of cleanser. So the 3-in-1 cleanser actually takes care of 3 of those 5 steps we talked about all at once. So it cleanses, it tones, and it has a light bead exfoliant. And so you'll notice that your little sample pack either had a purple stripe or a pink stripe. If I didn't ask you what kind of skin type you had, then this cleanser may not be perfect for you. If I didn't ask you, then I just randomly selected one for you, but there's only 2 formulas: combination oily or normal to dry. So if you have more oily skin and you have a pink stripe, that may not be good for you. So just let me know and I'll send you new samples. But the purple one is for combination oily and the pink one is for normal to dry. So look on your little sample pack and see if that's what you have and that's what you need. So go ahead and wash that all off if you haven't already, and you have just taken care of 3 of those important 5 steps. So congratulations, you did that. So now we're gonna flip over to page, let's see here, 12 and 13, over here where the microderm is. If you've ever had a microderm in the salon, you know 2 things. 1, that it costs an arm and a leg to get one, and 2, that you have somebody else doing it for you. So the difference with a Mary Kay microdermabrasion, and you can go ahead and take that sample pack out and use the step 1, the Refine serum. So put that all over, it's good. And you can even do half of your face. You can do half of your face for everything if you'd like, just to see the difference. But do half of your face or your whole face with that little scrubby Refine. And you'll really feel those crystals. So I'll keep talking about it while you're doing that. but get it all in there, especially focus where you get blackheads. If you've got really fine wrinkles, focus on those areas. So this set costs $50 by itself, and it's got about 100 uses in it, which is so fantastic, because a normal microdermabrasion in the salon will cost you at least $75 for one treatment, if not $200 or $300, depending on how cheap your salon is. And the crystals in this are exactly the same things that they're using when they're doing a microderm on you in the salon. The only difference is, number one, it was a lot cheaper, and number two, you don't have somebody putting it on for you. You're doing it yourself. So these crystals are actually pyramid shaped, so they really penetrate the pore at every direction, and so you're getting about 5 to 7 layers of dead skin just completely taken off. And that might sound scary, but don't worry, it's actually really great. So that collagen production I talked about earlier, this is where you can kind of trick your skin into boosting that collagen production. And so whenever we take off that much skin at once, that's when our skin says, oh hey, I need to make new layers of skin. So that's what happens, and that's what keeps us looking young. And so that's what this microderm is doing. So once you've washed all that off, again, pause anytime, then you can add number 2 in your little sample pack, which will be the skinnier one, and you'll just rub that all over where you put the microderm. So the replenishing serum kind of puts the good stuff back in. And I would encourage you to read all these statistics on the beauty book, because they tell you what everybody else experienced whenever they tried this. But for me, it's my favorite thing to do, especially in the shower, because number one, I like to multitask, and number two, it's a lot easier to get those crystals off when the water's on, just streaming on your face. And so there's that. So let's go back over to our Miracle Set page. I bet that your skin feels fantastic right now. Okay, so the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take out your day solution. And if it's daytime, go ahead and put it on your face. If it's nighttime, wait and just put the day solution on your hand, on your neck, somewhere where it's not on your face, just so you can feel it and experience it. But you only do day solution in the daytime, and you only do the next thing, night solution, and nighttime. So make sure you're doing the right one respectively. So day solution has SPF 35 in it. It's got UVA and UVB broad spectrum protection, which is so awesome. Honestly, I believe that if you're not using an SPF, there is no point in doing anything else for your skin, especially when it comes to anti-aging. Whenever we're talking about aging, we're dealing with two things. We're fighting the sun and genetics. Genetics, you can do some things to prevent it, but mostly you're just working on correcting whatever you've been blessed with. And then the sun, of course, we can protect against that. And so dark spots, dehydration of our skin cells, burning, aging, like all those things, that a lot of it is due to the sun. And I don't think people realize that. So I'm asking you to realize that the sun is your number one enemy when it comes to looking terrible. So, or beautiful, that's your choice though. So the day solution, just go ahead and put that all over. That will stay on your face. And then if it's nighttime, go ahead and get your night solution out. So this is one of my favorite products. It doesn't actually fall into one of these 5 necessary steps. It's kind of an extra bonus, but it feels so amazing. We call this the pantyhose for your face, because it kind of acts like pantyhose for your face. It sucks everything up. It's great for scar tissue. If you're sunburned, it's really good to put on that. It basically it's another product that tells that collagen production to get in gear and to just go at it. And so night solution, it's got beads in it. The full size bottle does. Got the night solution here. If you see these beads, I don't know if that's focusing or not, but these beads are live vitamins A, C, and E, and so you won't see them necessarily in your sample pack, but whenever you squirt it out, the beads burst, and so you get fresh vitamins A, C, and E all over your face. How cool is that? So that's fantastic, and it really does the trick. So you put this on right after you wash your face at night, and if you did the microderm, of course you would do it after that. But it feels so good. You'll probably feel that. If you're doing this at night especially, you'll feel that. It feels good. So then the very last thing we're gonna do is our, well, actually not the very last thing. The next thing we're gonna do is our moisturizer. So go ahead and take your age fighting moisturizer. It was on the sample pack with your cleanser. And so you're gonna take that and you're gonna put it all over your face and your neck. Always go the extra 6 inches on your neck. So important. If you've ever seen a woman with a turkey neck, you'll understand why. But if you take care of your neck, you won't have the turkey neck. How exciting is that? So, two misconceptions about moisturizer. Number one, a lot of people think that, especially oily girls, they think if I put moisturizer on, then it's gonna make me more oily. And that is just not true because it's not true for our moisturizer. Because our moisturizer is not oil-based at all. It has 0 oil in it. It is only a combination of elements that hydrate your skin like water would. And so we're getting that into the skin, we're hydrating the skin, and so whenever we don't hydrate the skin, our cells are forced to do their only process for compensating, which is produce oil. And so actually not moisturizing can make you more oily. Isn't that crazy? And then the other misconception is that one size fits all with moisturizer. That is absolutely not true. So if you happen to be one of those people that didn't get the right type for your skin, if you got a pink stripe but you should have had a purple stripe, please let me know. I want you to experience this because the moisturizers are one of the more important things to get right. Because if you do have more oily skin, you're gonna want a lightweight moisturizer. If you have more dry skin, you're gonna want a dry moisturizer, one that's meant for dry skin, a heavier set moisturizer. And so we have ranges like even lighter than the oily one. We have ranges even heavier than the dry skin one. So please let me know because we can adjust that so easily. I want you to get the gist of what we're doing, so that's why I just went ahead and sent it to you, but I really want you to know it will be specific to your needs. So so that's that on that. So let's go back to the Microderm page, but go to the next page where our firming eye cream is. And so this is my favorite eye cream. Well, that and the repair eye cream. I love them both. I really do. I actually use the repair set, so this is the one that comes in my repair set. But the firming eye cream is so great. So I want you to take your ring finger, and of course pause at any time. Take your ring finger and gently tap that product, the one that was on this page. Tap it in between your fingers and just let it kind of sit on your orbital bone here. And the warmth of your skin will draw it up, so you don't want to put it all over your eye necessarily. But if you do one eye and then don't do the other eye, in about a minute you'll probably be able to tell a difference, especially if you have dark circles. It firms and brightens, and I love it so much. It's my favorite. So that was the entire Miracle Set plus a few other things. So go over here to page 20 and 21. And I'm going to show you the breakdown of all this. So this is the Miracle Set plus a foundation here. So the Miracle Set by itself, you actually save money by buying in a set. It's $95, which is about $1 a day for your product because it's 3 to 6 months worth of product. So you can just like downsize your Starbucks for a day or every day, and you'll probably have enough money to pay for your Miracle Set by the end of the 3 months. So, so I love that. I love how great of a value it is for all those benefits. And then if you were to add your eye cream and your moisturizer and your Microderm, that would be called the Ultimate Miracle Set, and that is like, you want everything there is to have on good skincare. And so I encourage you to look at those. Go ahead and write down your wish list. So this will be your next step, is to go through all these little boxes and write down things that you really would like to have if money were no object, okay? So on the back, you'll notice I left you a card that says $100 free to party with me. So if you're in my area or you're anywhere in Oklahoma really, and you have a party, which means you'll see on the back here what that really means. So that means you have 5 friends that are over 18 who don't already have a consultant, and they're at your house, and I come to your house and I do facials on everyone, and I do get to give you a compliment in person. And then all these other qualifications, you can actually get up to $100 free just for doing that. However, I actually just launched a new way to get product that's even easier, and it's called the Cash Game. And so I'll explain that just a little bit. The Cash Game is where you can earn up to $200 worth of Mary Kay products or $100 cash that I will literally put into your bank account via PayPal or send you a check in the mail. But I will do either of those, and all you have to do is, I have an order form. I don't have one to show you right now, but I have a form that has 20 different slots for different women that you know. And for every slot, it counts as a $20 order. And so if you fill up all, and you can kind of like, you know, if she orders $40, she counts as 2 slots. If 2 people order $10, then you can put it up in the first line there. But if you fill up all 20 of those spots, easy, easy cheesy. Just take it around to church, take it around to work, take it around to your kids' school, ask if anybody needs anything, and I promise you they will. I can't tell you how many times people are like, oh, I need this, I need this, just from walking around. But then you will get $200 worth of Mary Kay products, which will easily buy either your repair set, it'll buy your repair set, or your Ultimate Miracle set and a Skin Invigorate brush. It could buy a combination of things, really. So $200 worth of Mary Kay products, or if you just need cash, I will send you $100 cash for doing that for me. So those are really easy ways to get your product free. I'm gonna put a link to the Google form that I will have you fill out after this to kind of get some more information from you. It's been so much fun getting to guide you guys through the Miracle set. I hope you love this product as much as I do. It is so good for your face and you are gonna feel it. And I wanna know how we can get it for you. So just let me know how you felt about it. That'll be on the Google form and all that stuff. So I am so excited that you were one of my faces, and thank you so, so much.